Hello, I'm David, carrying on from yesterday's thoughts around Acts chapter 27. If life is difficult for us and everything seems to go wrong one by one, it doesn't necessarily mean that God is not with me. I may just be in the very centre of his will. Having set sail from Crete in deteriorating weather against Paul's advice, his ship encounters a violent storm lasting 14 days. The exhausted crew jettison cargo and equipment until they despair of getting through alive. But then St. Luke records, after they had gone a long time without food, Paul stood up before them and said, "Men, last night an angel of the God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood beside me and said, 'Do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar. And God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you.'" What a contrast with Jonah. Jonah found himself in a storm on the same sea in a boat full of frightened sailors, and he, Jonah, was the liability because he was running away from God. Once the sailors had thrown Jonah overboard, they were all okay. In Paul's case, it was the opposite. And that phrase, "the God to whom I belong and whom I serve," reminds me of my own journey to faith when in my late teens I had contact with many Christians who talked of a personal friendship with Jesus. I wanted this, but I couldn't seem to find any reality in it until I went on a Christian holiday and talked to a trusted leader and prayed in the forest in what is now Slovenia. I prayed for it all to become real for me. And on that holiday we sang a very simple song that remains special to me. Jesus my Lord will love me forever. From him no power of evil can sever. He gave his life to ransom my soul. Now I belong to him. Now I belong to Jesus. Jesus belongs to me, not for the years of time alone, but for eternity. This was the assurance and sense of purpose that Paul had, and we can too when we put our lives into God's hands.